Hey everybody, it's Gary and Ed from the Wild Dog Arcade. Today we're at the Stern headquarters. We're getting a look at
Pokemon.
Yes, can't wait to get our hands on this game. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So
yeah, what I've seen so far, what Gary's seen so far, it's been pretty awesome. So stay tuned. Pokemon, one of the biggest and most successful franchises on the planet. And finally, just in time for its 30th anniversary, a real Pokemon pinball machine is being released by Stern Pinball. Gary and I had a chance to take an early look at this game, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint. Speaking for myself, I was a huge Pokemon fan when the television series and first movie came out. So it was an amazing opportunity to revisit and unlock all of the nostalgia while connecting with other pinball and Pokemon fans. In the days ahead, we plan to release a video showing Jack Danger, George Gomez, and many others from the Stern team discussing the main elements and features of this new pin. But for now, we will first show you gameplay of the Pro and Premium versions of Pokemon, and as a follow-up, we will give you our thoughts on these machines. All right.
Pokemon Premium.
Pokemon Premium. The skill shot's a little harder than I think it is. I'm used to having the skill shots a little softer. But yeah, so far, this part here is going to be reminiscent of Junkyard.
Yeah, with the upper arena.
Oh, wait, you can actually go through. I didn't see that before. All right. We've got quite a bit of stuff. We've got your Meowth balloon. Although Mewtwo is in the middle of the playfield with Mew hanging out, so I'm really happy that that's there. Pikachu's there to cheer you on as you go through the ramps. And you'll notice there's also a captured ball here. But some targets to hit in order to train. Oh, almost got it up that ramp. And as you're collecting those things up there where the red rocket shot is with the Meowth balloon, you're eventually going to be able to collect a character. It looks like Squirtle just popped up on the screen. Alright, let's see what we can do for this round. Got my skill shot by moving the light. I notice there's no ball saves going on here.
No.
So that's probably early in the code.
Well, they probably turn them off for the day.
Oh. Oh, there we go. I got the balloon hit there. Another bash toy moment.
Yep. Really similar to Junkyard with the wrecking ball.
Yeah. Okay, got some action happen there.
All right, and now we should probably get a
Oh, yeah, now I should go inside. Okay, let's see what I can do here.
Hit the middle.
There we go.
There's your multi-ball.
Multi-ball, baby.
So this is the easiest to get multi-ball in the game, designed for casual players. Me out with basically back in a bunch.
Oh, ball save's still there for the multi-ball. Nice. All right. Jackpot. Nice.
Jackpot.
By bashing the Meowth toy, I was able to get Jackpot. Nah.
There's a jackpot on the right ramp.
Yep. Oh, okay, I see. There we go. Got that. Oh, and I got a credit. It's Super Jackpot. What does this do? Oh, I just used the action button.
Action button gave you an attaboy.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to get the ramps too here. Oh, almost had that.
That's an orbit, not a ramp.
Yes. A little bit of a later shot, or earlier shot than I was thinking here. Let's see what I can do. As the ball comes back over, we got a pop bumper over there. I just realized this game has one.
Yeah, it's got a pop bumper cluster up in the little upper left area.
Oh, I got it that time. Nice. Got it on the run. Best way to do that. Aw, well, it's okay. Jack. You don't know Jack.
Don't know Jack.
Oh, hey, that got in there where Psyduck's at. I didn't know that was there also.
I think that was a premium feature.
Ah, okay. Okay, I hit through the middle again. Not sure what that does. Oh, that was close. All right.
Keep going.
Okay. Ooh, purple shot. Okay. Let's see if I can hit. Oh, side duck sneak in. That just happened. Whoopsies.
So if you want to get to the action, you might want to short plunge on this game.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna try to
That would have
cradle
been a
it.
great dead bounce.
Yeah. Oh, see, I gotta learn. I gotta learn.
Because that would put it on the right filter so you can hit that shot.
There we go. There we go.
Now if you can hit that left.
Oh, it went out. Oh. That's okay. The capture ball's not too bad. I like that there's 3 instead of just like 1 or 2 in there. In fact, isn't there more than 1 in there? There's like 4 in there. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, there's a series of them.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, there's a series of captured balls that hit the top. So.
Interesting. So I guess the harder you hit that,
the more it triggers.
yeah.
Because
Okay.
there are opticals in there. Yeah. So it can detect like each sequence of lock.
Yeah, I just saw a bunch hit there. Looks like I got to hit more of the purple shots in order to maybe qualify this whole multi-ball. Oh, I have disqualified. Shoot, hold on. Let's see if I can backhand it.
Way too steep a ramp. Oh,
were-
it was open. It was way. That's right. So you can backhand that when the ramp the flap is open. So
Yeah.
that ramp lifts up and down.
Uh-huh. Okay, shoot the town scoop.
Just go to the right side.
There we go. Mystery award. 25.
To the forest, where Beedrill buzz and Leafeon lurk.
All right.
Oh,
You know what I could do? I could put my mic up there when you play.
no, we're fine.
Oh, okay. You have something else?
This does.
Oh,
It's
okay.
right by the speaker.
Oh, okay, okay.
So we're getting some audio.
Good.
Anyway. I just
All right.
like the other ones because we can potentially get some little better audio.
Yeah. Oop. Okay, I dead bounced that. That worked out.
Love that energy.
Let me step into
Oh.
the call. Well, by default, I get to right there.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Let's see if I can do anything
Yes.
like Ed did here.
Yeah,
doing pretty good.
I was able to do pretty good on this, so I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. My fear isn't as bad as it once was at this moment.
Yeah.
No, hearing that there's a lot more Pokemon also happening.
We had 150 some Pokemon plus more coming.
Yeah,
So that's good. That means there's going to be like deep code on a lot of stuff.
right. Yeah, so the biggest fear that we had is that this is going to be too much.
Too stripped down.
Too stripped down, too easy. Just very much focused on mostly kids. I don't really feel that way right at the moment. It's definitely geared towards kids. I won't lie.
Yeah. So
But-
that leaked photo didn't actually do the artwork justice at all. It looks
Right.
looks a lot better in person. And it plays pretty good. The shots are tighter than like a junkyard style shot, so it's not gonna shoot quite as easy as.
Right.
Oh, sorry, I was concentrating on it. It's not gonna shoot quite as easy. Whoa! Hello.
Yeah, there's a lot of narrow, tight shots here and there. But the best part also is you're going to feel a lot more satisfied. One of the things that
it made it.
Oh, it made it.
Barely.
One of the things that is tricky about pinball is the ability to get others to really enjoy it and admire pinball. And my hope is that when a game like this is on location, it's going to be able to stand the test of time and be even if there's some parts not quite working, it'll still be a lot of fun and enjoyable for kids. Another replay.
Play it.
The other thing that also is invaluable is knowing that there's a lot more than what you see on the machine itself. Because, yeah, the art is all about the 150 original Generation 1 Pokemon, but because of what we've heard and what they're planning on doing, it's definitely going to open a lot more within this game, which is good.
Shots are not impossibly tight. That's good.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a pretty good job of hitting the orbits and things. Let's see if I can hit some Meowth hair up here. Whoa! All right, now I should be able to get this multi-ball.
I don't mind the junkyard aspect. I've always liked junkyard.
Yep.
If anything, it's probably one of my favorite easy pins. That's still a lot more enjoyable to play to this day. The multi-ball is really fun in this, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, still, you got ball stick still.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't too worried about it. Because I have a ball save ready for me there.
Oh, okay.
And some green flashing action button.
Getting some super jackpots in it. Trying to shoot the center lane in order to get the super jackpot. Oh, let's see, what does that do? That did add a ball. Yeah. Nicely done there, Gary.
Yeah.
A classic strategy for a lot of string games is you're down to 2 balls and a multi-ball. Well,
if you got a mystery available and add a ball in multi-ball mode. So I waited and waited until I was about to lose my second to last ball.
Yep. Oh.
Okay, let's see if I can get. There we go.
Nice. Yeah, what's funny is as I was showing clips earlier when we were doing the beginning of the presentation for this game, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot there's a Meowth balloon that the Red Rocket team in the first generation, first season of the show, they would ride around in all the time. So it's great to have that in this game. I like that.
Makes a suitable replacement for the junkyard crew.
Yeah, it does actually. It's a lot different, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
I'm sure it's also able to stand up a lot more, abuse. Exactly.
Well, it's interactive as opposed to the junkyard ball was just sort of like always in the way.
Yeah.
You had to get it moving so you could hit the shot.
Yeah.
Whereas this one actually moves in the way, which is nice.
Right. Exactly. Okay, so I've got some training stuff lit. I'm gonna see if I can hit that.
Hit the poke ball.
Okay.
It's lit blue.
Oh, it is. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can.
Nice nudge.
Thanks. Oh, what do I do now? Oh, Pikachu versus Raichu. Okay.
Shoot
yellow arrows. Sweet.
Of course, you got to shoot the yellow arrows.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's yellow. It's Pikachu. It's Raichu. Oh my gosh. There we go. Got one. That was a nice, satisfying shot there. Oops, I bumped the camera on accident. I think it's still okay.
It's right.
Ooh, that was close. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm doing pretty good on this mode so far. I just realized I'm going to jinx myself by saying that out loud.
Yeah.
But that's alright, because I want Gary to also play.
I had a pretty long time.
Okay, good. Yeah, you did. Nice. Ah, okay, good. Super jackpot. Okay, good. Okay, what did I do? Oh, add a ball. All right.
Yep, that's your add ball. Yeah, anytime the action button is flashing, in most Stern games during a multi-ball, it's an add ball.
Yeah. I do like the fact of how the balls are returning to the flippers.
the ramps, you laid it back down, but had trails.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's a good, easy way for the ball to return. Even if you miss a shot, it's easily recoverable versus, say, Winchester. You know.
I mean, that's what you get with the same layout. Is pretty predictable ball return.
Right. Yeah. Ooh, that was
The thing, it's going to be interesting to like figure out. All right, now how do I collect a Pokemon? How do I train, get them up, evolve them? So
exactly.
This is our first time playing it, so we're not 100% clear on all of that mechanic.
Okay, so I just filled up my training bar. It looks like. I'm gonna try to hit
Yep.
I'm gonna try to get to the ramp. Oh, I got a mystery word though. 5 Pokeballs. Ooh, that sounds cool. Can I catch 5 Pokemon with those 5 Pokeballs?
I guess that's what you got to do. Is once you have to have the Pokeball in order to catch a Pokemon.
Oh, I just got Squirtle. Nice. So we're part of that little dance there with the 2 Squirtles. Oh no! Ball save, maybe. I saw this flat. Oh no, this was above that. That's right.
That's,
okay.
Yeah, that's not the ball save.
I got it started at least.
Squirrel Scott total.
Another mode.
Okay.
All right.
Discovered. Skill shot.
Did they say that they had a mode in
They do. It'll be in the other room. Yeah, so we'll be able to get good video of those.
Just actually move that? Okay. All right, thank you. So we gotta wrap it up now.
All right. So first playthrough. Seems pretty good so far. It plays better than the leaked images look. So
yeah, I mean, never ever rely fully on just photos, even if it's an official thing. And like with any game, you got to play it first in order to kind of get a feel and desire of what you want out of this game. All right, that's it.
I will let it drain.
Yep.
All right. Wrap up screen.
Wrap up screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just let the game finish.
Yep.
So yeah, first playthrough of Pokemon Pinball. It's a premium edition. So what do you think so far?
Yeah, I mean it's fun. It's if you're an expert player, you're gonna enjoy it right away in terms of like the shots. You're gonna gather that and make sure you keep going with it. But knowing that there's a lot of features, and you're also got a Grand Champion on here. Is that me, by the way?
Yeah, I'm just gonna put. I want to put.
Wild Dog.
Yeah.
Knowing that they have other features coming in, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to it. All right.
All right, good.
Here's a quick pan. Woo! All right, here we go. Got the skill shot.
Skill shot. Hit the down targets to lightning a lane ball save.
Already lower too.
Yeah. Stand on this side.
Say what?
Stand on this side of me. No, you can stand on this side of me. I got it aimed so it'll pick you up.
Okay.
Oh. My short climb.
Hit the down targets to lightning a lane ball save.
There we go.
Pokemon discovered. Shoot Pokedex to scan Pokemon.
Good save there on that one. Orbit shot.
Well done.
Don't forget to move the lights around.
Yeah.
Pokemon discovered. Pokemon saved.
Ooh.
Purple shots select Pokemon.
Oh, it made it. So.
Yeah, barely.
There we go. Got it.
All right, we got Pidgeot.
Got a lock.
Pidgeot.
I have no idea what
I caught a Pidgeot.
It's caught. Well done, Gary.
Woo.
Nice save.
Yeah, for this close.
There you go. Little shot. Cool now. Okay, so it looks like it got to go in one of those ramps.
All scoring is doubled.
Almost. There we go. Got the squirrel shot.
Oh.
And proceeded to
Bounce up and out.
yeah.
That was
Different.
nice.
But you got a Pokemon card.
I got a sign. Yeah.
Well done. You have 5 of 182. All right. And now, me too. The Mew is down for me. For me to punch it. But first, the pop bumpers.
Pokemon discovered.
You make it work.
Oh. There we go. Multi-ball, baby. So no magnets on the pros. That's what I've noticed so far.
Yep. The Pikachu doesn't move, and the Pokeball doesn't animate either.
Right. I had a ball save still. Shoot. Oh well.
Love that. And if you hold the one flipper, it'll. No, I will. I don't want to do that.
Oh. I somehow got that to go pretty far.
Oh. I noticed they have the King Kong lights, spotlights in the
Yeah.
slings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a later shot than I wanted.
Oh, you look for it.
Almost.
Oh.
I think the hardest thing is trying to get the timing down with the ramps because it's not quite where you think it is. There we go. Yep. All right.
All right. So let's
Yes.
see. So you can do the skill shot, or I think if you hold the left flipper, it'll go all the way through. Yep.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So if you don't want to do that particular thing, you can.
Okay. Oh, you got Pikachu versus Raichu now.
All right. Pikachu jackpots.
Pikachu's big brother. Or Pikachu's big brother is Raichu. I don't know.
Jackpot.
It looks like he's a brother. I wonder if this game actually favors dead flip.
Yeah.
Does every game favor dead flip?
No.
No, okay.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's get that 3-ball going. Get some action.
Yeah.
Oh, that went right down the middle.
Yeah.
Got it.
There we go.
Oh,
Oh. 1, 2, drain.
Yeah.
Pikachu wins.
Yeah.
Kids. No. All right. Oh, I messed up the plunge there.
You didn't even just move the table. Your whole leg was in the air and everything, man.
Pokemon discovered. Pokemon scanned. All shots to light the Pokeball.
Look at purple.
Shoot the
Yay.
Pokeball to catch the Pokemon.
Now you gotta hit the Pokeball.
Okay. Ah.
I had one to play ball.
No.
Oh,
We'll see.
Oh.
Oh, almost lost it. Nope. Can't back. I had it back in there before.
Right, but that wasn't the ramp.
No, it wasn't. It was
The
something
ramp was
else.
up. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, I got this lit too, so I'm gonna try to hit that now. As soon as it stops
Yeah,
this.
you did not collect that Pokemon.
Of course not.
Pokemon discovered. Shoot the town scoop to collect a mystery award.
There we go. Finally. Got it. All right.
All right, you got the this is right too.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
catch again is on.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Oh, son.
Still on.
Stop. You're wasting my time. Right on that drain, dude.
Yep.
Oh,
That's exactly what that's there for.
yeah. That somehow went back around. I don't know why. Oh, I drained it.
Drain.
my chew is down.
All right.
For a second, I thought it glitched and stopped or something.
Nope.
Fastball.
I didn't intend to do that. I just missed plunge.
Say what?
I just missed plunge.
Oh.
So all spiky, all the spiky had the option for like
Oh, I just realized Pikachu's cheeks are glowing in the playfield.
Oh, yeah.
At least I don't know if it's during this mode that you got, and that's why. But I haven't seen. Oh, Team Rocket Multiple. I haven't seen this one yet. All right, let's see what happens. Nice. All right, side duck. Got your side duck in. Oh, good rebound.
This game will be good. This game will be good for muscle memory.
Yeah, yeah. Nicely done. You got both ramps at the same time with that last hit. Nicely done.
Oh,
Oh, you got to move all the.
oh, good terrain.
Good.
Ten Pokeballs. Oh, Pokemon balls. Forest battle.
Yeah.
I know. Okay. We are next. That's wrong. I only heard the conversation.
We want to jump on this one now?
Well, let me finish my game.
Okay.
I can see that. I'll get the scoop. The inside scoop.
Get the complete gameplay. Oh,
All right. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm learning.
That's why I wanted to jump on. That's okay.
hey.
All right. Well done.
All right. Sure, go ahead. 148.
All right.
All right, here we are. Now we've gotten a chance to play some Pokemon Pinball. We're gonna go through some of our thoughts with that.
Yeah.
So Ed, what
Yes.
is your first impression?
Well, wow. I was really afraid that this game was going to be way too easy and thus not fun. Because at the point where we're at in our pinball career, so to speak, we're a little more advanced players, that sort of thing. I didn't realize how much of a wave of nostalgia really kind of washed over me when I played this game, because I haven't watched Pokemon in so long. That being said, with that being all established, I felt the shots were very intuitive and satisfying. I felt the modes so far at this point feel complete. And finally, the main features of the games, I would say overall with the Pro and the Premium, there's a lot to offer the players regardless. And we'll talk a bit more about what's in the Pro and what's in the Premium. But I think with what the game has to offer, I'm feeling happy so far, and I definitely want to play it more and more.
My first impressions. So my first impressions when I came into this is, there was that leaked photo that we saw of the shots, and that didn't give me a warm, fuzzy feeling. I'm like, oh man, it looks a lot like, other games that we've seen and stuff like that. The bad photo in that screenshot didn't really actually do the game justice. It looks a lot better in person as far as the quality of the art. I don't know whether that was a prototype or not. It looks a whole lot better. And as Ed said, that shots on this game are really intuitive. I think a novice player is going to be able to step up to this game and hit shots and feel pretty satisfied with doing stuff. The shots layout is very, very intuitive. You're gonna be able to hit stuff after you develop a game with a little bit of muscle memory.
Yeah.
So I think a novice player is gonna really enjoy this. The multi-ball that you can get, which is hitting the bash toy in the middle. What's the name of that character?
Meowth.
Meowth.
Yeah.
That one is an easy to hit shot, so you can get an average player will be able to get a multi-ball going really good and play with this. Now, that being said, I'm actually interested in the mechanics of the game, where capture a Pokemon, evolve it, battle with them. So I think it's going to lend itself to a lot of things. First impression is a tournament player might go, oh, that's going to be an easy game, but I think this one's going to be differentiated by the code.
Yeah, exactly. It also, something else that I realized too was, I think the big thing about the bash toy that worried me the most is it kind of a brainless sort of thing that you kind of go into this habit with Junkyard? Because with Junkyard, obviously there was some limitations back then.
Right.
You're just more or less just batting it up there with nothing really there.
Yeah, the Junkyard ball is in the way a lot of times when you're trying to, because it's just swinging around.
Right,
and doing
but
stuff.
then as you're starting to hit all of those targets that are around the Meowth balloon, you're realizing, oh, this does this, and I can do that, and now this starts this mode, and so on.
Yeah, and I think that that bash toy was actually very purposely used. It was actually, because it came down when it needed to bash it and it moved out of the way when you didn't want it. So given that it's interactive with the game, made it a more engaging mech because it's not there when it doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, so
that was kind of my worry, is that there was just going to be this bash toy that's just always in the way of doing stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and if also the other thing I had in mind too is that, let's say you're not hitting those shots on the ramps, or you're just jumping into the game for the first time, you don't know really what you're doing. It's a good bet that you're going to at least do something and be able to do something just by shooting the middle and sort of bashing that thing to oblivion if you need to, and still have a good time with it.
Yeah.
So that's important.
Yeah. Going on that same thing, I definitely think it's going to be a very engaging game, especially if you're a Pokemon fan.
Yeah.
Ed was into Pokemon in his younger years. I was never into that, so I'm not that familiar with the lore of Pokemon. But I know a lot of people who play Pokemon Go and play other games, so I've like gleaned a bit of what the universe is about, and I think it's going to make for a great, deep pinball game. You know, they said they had what, 151 Pokemon or something like that.
Well, the first generation had 150. And then Stern had revealed that there's a bit more Pokemon that will be in this game as well. The number that was tossed out that we saw on the machine was 181, but who knows what else they're going to be able
they
to
said
do.
There's more to come. So, you're going to be able to collect a lot more. Now, that being said, they also said that they're just a collection. They're not carryover things.
Right, you can't trade them.
They won't be carrying over from game to game.
Right, or that too, exactly.
It's preliminary code, so with some of the stuff we saw today is not been officially approved and released to the public yet. As far as the games will not, maybe we'll have this asset, or if Pokemon does, say, no, you can't do it this way, you need to do it different, or they'll have to change it.
Yeah, they did talk about also that Nintendo in general is very, very stringent about what is going to be in the machine.
And that segues into the IP. They were very, very tight on the control. All of the artwork is official artwork from Pokemon they put in this game, and they looked over apparently like every pixel. They were looking down in deep for like, what is the line width of the outline around that?
And this foot is too close to this head, so you can't put those two characters together real quick.
They were very, very particular about the artwork on this. So the video and audio assets are coming from the original series.
Yep.
All of series.
It was like
10
through 24, I think.
It's going to focus more on like 10 to 23 or 24.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be doing some of the original art, because at some point they apparently went higher definition, so they wanted to use assets from that era, not the too early assets, because apparently also some Pokemon lore, some of the original stuff became not canon anymore either. So.
Yeah, they had mentioned that Season 1 and Season 2, some of those things don't occur in
the canon universe.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it is its own thing.
It's its own self-contained universe of Pokemon.
Yeah, so it is not integrated into the greater Pokemon universe. So
that's fine. I mean, you're there to have fun, and it is kind of a unique thing, this pinball machine, really. So, but yeah, I think, what were some of the things you liked the most about this game, Gary?
I think a lot of the shots connect really well. There's a lot of flow. When you hit the ramps, they feed down to flippers, and then you can get orbits, and you can get a lot of combo stuff going.
Right.
So it's kind of the opposite style of game to like a King Kong or a Winchester Mystery House. It's like, it's definitely more of a flow player's game style. And that, granted, it's a 2 flipper setup, so it's going to have to be done that way, which, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Especially when you're trying to get new people that are not familiar with pinball, because the Pokemon fan base may not be pinball players. This is going to be their introduction to Pokemon.
That is the most important thing to mention, is because when we were walked in here and they did the slideshow, they showed us how much money this franchise makes per year, or how much it represents.
It's a huge...
It's bigger with all of they were showing all the ones on the bottom.
Star Wars and a whole bunch of others.
Combined.
Fandom, money universes combined.
Right.
It's bigger than them all.
Yes.
Combined. So
that is a huge order to fill, because you are not only needing to fulfill making sure that the game is accessible to the younger audience, which is what Pokemon is more or less about, the demographics of it.
Yeah.
But also, introduce new players to the Pokemon universe as well as
and to pinball in general.
Exactly.
And pinball in general.
Exactly.
Come in, experience modern pinball. This isn't that old beat up EM you saw at the local bar in your small town in the 1970s.
What I'm leading up to is, yes, this is not a typical game, but keep in mind that there are reasons behind it, and also treat it as if it's a B movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I'd like to categorize that a little bit. It's an easy game, as in it's not going to be that difficult to learn and understand the shots.
Right.
Easy to approach,
but
hard to master.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a lot of deep rules in this game.
Yeah.
And this is where the whole Insider Connected is going to help out. You get achievements and things like that. But it's also the modern computers that run these games can do a whole lot more. So it's gonna be neat to see where and how much more it codes. This game is definitely going to hinge on the code.
Yeah, definitely. I think also, given the fact that we know that the playfield isn't like, I don't know, say Winchester Mystery House or D&D or whatever. That doesn't mean that the game is going to be boring. It just means that it's a different way to play the game, as well as the theming that goes with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you love a lot of the 90s classic two-flipper fan layout games, obviously Junkyard, Cactus Canyon, a whole bunch of them come to mind. You're going to step up to it and intuitively be able to hit your shots.
Yeah.
They're not Cactus Canyon wide, but they're not Houdini tight. Yeah. So they're kind of somewhere in the middle. So I didn't find any of the shots to be terribly, utterly difficult.
Right.
Which is good for a lot of players.
Yeah, exactly.
So an experienced player will be able to get really deep into this code.
Yeah. I kind of wish that it wasn't, I mean, haters are going to hate. I get it.
Oh, yeah.
But it is kind of sad to see that, just if you do give the game a chance, and if you do keep those things in mind, and you treat it as if it's a B movie, a popcorn movie, like you got Jaws. Everyone loves Jaws. So the same sort of thing is happening with Pokemon, except it's in a different generational thing. Some of us grew up watching the show and watching it, and they even have kids now, and now they get to share this love and experience it with their kids.
What is Pokemon about?
Well, there are 150 of them. And my kids know all of them, they know all the names, they know everything about them.
This is a theme that most people will see and recognize, whether you grew up in Pokemon or not, like I didn't, but Ed did. You're going to recognize this IP. And you'll probably have a basic understanding of what the universe is, thanks to the movies that came out.
Right.
And the TV shows. The TV shows. Their kids watching them. You're going to understand the IP. So.
And many Pokemon games have come and gone in the past 25 years as well.
So different generations of gamers have experienced that.
Exactly.
So it's good. So the artwork, we did touch on the art. The artwork is very much tightly controlled artwork by Pokemon themselves.
Yeah, it would have been kind of cool to say if it was like a graphic artist sort of like reinterpretation of things. Like look at King Kong. It wouldn't have worked if they hadn't have done the rework of the character, and they had that freedom and ability to do so.
Right. But if you're a fan of Pokemon, you'll see your favorite Pokemon stuff. So so it's good. I mean, the cabinets all look good, but they look very on theme for the Pokemon stuff. So
yeah, I mean, you like everyone else, you're going to have your favorite amongst others. What's funny is, again, I feel like the pro art on the playfield and on the cabinet art looks better than the premium, but. Yeah. I am also very partial to Mewtwo.
Yeah,
so that's mostly why I like it better.
Mewtwo is featured on the Pro cabinet and backglass artwork.
Yeah.
So, which is kind of cool. So speaking of the differences between the Pro, Premium, and LE.
Yeah.
So the Pro and Premium look really, really similar. There's not a lot of there's not obvious things that are taken out. So you'll see in the back right part of the playfield, there's Pikachu. In the Premium and LEs, it interacts with the game and moves around like that. The Pokeball, which is another enigmatic thing, interacts with the game as well in the Premium and LE, but it doesn't do anything in the Pros. But they're still there. It's not like they're gone. So visually, you won't notice that. And then I think it's the that little hideout area where the Psyduck Psyduck Sneak-In is missing from the Pro.
Okay.
So that is not there.
That's a bummer. I like that shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a shot, but it doesn't do the kick out subway.
Okay.
It doesn't like capture it and pop it out somewhere else.
Right.
So it's underneath the play field is where the differences are.
Yeah. I do miss the magnet, honestly.
Oh yeah, and then there's the magnet.
I want the magnet. I wish that the magnet was on the Pro because I do like the added challenge and the added randomness to it.
So what Ed's talking about is in the middle of the play field, the upper back. It's where the junkyard was in Junkyard.
Yeah.
It's the arena up there. And there is, in the Premium and LE, there's a magnet that will sling the ball around and do things to it. The Pro doesn't have that magnet, so you lose some of that additional chaos. So, So
the question becomes, okay, so as I play the Pro and Premium more and more, like, do I really miss the magnet more than the other one? Because I can't recall what else is missing out of the Pro versus the Premium.
Yeah, it was basically those four things. No interactive Pikachu, the magnet, the interactive Pokeball, and then the physical mech stuff for the Psyduck sneak in.
Yeah.
That's really the big differences in playfield gameplay. Because the Psyduck will be able to do like locks and stuff, whereas some virtual lock stuff in Pros. Pretty typical differences.
If we're missing anything out, I'm going to add it to a like a little subtitle on the bottom and say, oh, we should have mentioned this. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so here's how the pop bumpers work. The right orbit has an up post that can stop the ball in order for it to drop into the pops, or it can let it pass and do a full orbit. The manual plunge normally drops it into the pops for the skill shot, but if you hold the left flipper down when you plunge, it will go around the orbit. Now, I thought this was a nice touch for this machine, and as such, I didn't really feel like the gameplay slowed down too much because of the pop bumpers. But yeah, I think from how I felt before I walked in versus how I am feeling now about it, I feel way better.
Yeah. I wish that photo hadn't have leaked. I
really wish it hadn't.
That biased, I think, a lot of opinions on people. If you look at the internet, there's a lot of haters. And then there are people that are like, I love it. It's Pokemon, period. Doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Me, I just was a little worried about like how much similarity it would play to Junkyard and how easy Junkyard was. This is not going to be, shot-wise, it's not going to be the most difficult shooter. But you still have to learn the rules, unlock the modes, collect the Pokemon, and battles and things.
Yeah, there's varying amounts of how much time do you want to spend on it, how much better do you want to be at pinball, and that will allow you to continue the journey and the challenge. And my feeling is that there's enough that they have that they'll be able to give us.
And they can keep adding to it. That's the one nice thing about the whole modern pinball ecosystem is they can add updates in code, unlike old games where the operator would have to get a ROM, and then it was mostly just like, we found a bug. We didn't really add new assets. We tweaked a few little things, but games just in the 90s just weren't as deep as today's games can be. And with the new Spike 3 system, with a much more powerful computer behind it, they can do a lot more. Which is nice. So,
yeah, definitely.
But all in all, I think overall, I think our impressions of the game are good. We're pleased with the way it came out.
I also heard rumblings that it's not ready yet. The assets aren't ready yet. Well, big deal. You got a little watermark that says assets pending. Big deal.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think that's a huge deal. So if that's the only thing that came of it, and that's what people are going to complain about, that's silly.
Yeah, it's silly because that'll get released and licensed. So there won't be an issue with that.
Right. But overall, it's great to see that Stern's adventuring into different territories in terms of those things, because I can only imagine what the challenges are when working with a company like Nintendo or any other company for that matter that really want to keep their assets and their properties in the correct ways and so forth. Which makes sense. It's your beloved baby. I get it.
Yeah, it's like one of the largest IPs, so they're going to be very tight on the control.
Right. So in a sense, they might have. I don't know if Stern's necessarily come out of their comfort zone per se to create this, and then that's the result of it, or if they have other things in mind where they're going to continue to grab other IPs and other things to try to get more and more people into pinball. That's what I'm curious about in the future.
But all in all, I think it was a good experience with the game. It exceeded my expectations.
And that's the best kind, right?
All right, that's it. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you like what we do. And if you do, like this video and then subscribe and click that notification bell. That way you get notified when we go live with pinball or we have a new video upload.
And please drop some comments as well. We'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this game, what you want to see out of Pokemon, and anything that's on your mind. So hope to hear from you and hope to see you when we go live again.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.